Hey YouTube, I'm Anthony.
I'm Monica.
And we're the Cooks. Okay, so yesterday I was outside and I was doing a bunch of stuff. We had a gas problem at the house. We had a gas leak. I probably could have fixed it, but when you start talking about gas kaboom, I didn't want to blow up, because no matter how sexy you think you are, once you blow up in a gas fire, you're probably not as sexy as you used to be. And so I didn't want to do that. So what I did was I used wisdom and I called somebody in to be able to work on the gas problem. And so it was really bothering me when I started working on the gas problem, because I'm a hands-on kind of person and I like to fix things myself. I like to do stuff. I like to remodel and get my hands in there. And so when it came time to do this gas problem, I was kind of frustrated about it because I couldn't do it. I could do it, but I shouldn't do it, and I didn't want to do it. And so I was kind of unnerved about that. And I'll tell you to the point to where I was unnerved about that, and she doesn't know this. So that morning I get up and the guy's supposed to be there like at 8 o'clock to work on the gas pipe. And when I'm waiting for him to come, I wake up, and when I wake up, I start cleaning up. And so between my son and my daughter, not cleaning up, and my wife taking care of the house hands down on her own all week long, I feel like that when she has the weekend, she should have the weekend off too. She shouldn't have to clean up after everybody. She does it all week, and I genuinely, wholeheartedly appreciate it. But on the weekends, she should have the weekend off too. We have the weekend off, but them people, they just don't care. They just disrespectful on a lot of levels. So anyway, I get up and I start cleaning. And so I clean up, and I clean up the house, and I fold clothes and I wash clothes and clean the bathroom and the kitchen and the dining room. And then the guy's working on the gas, and I try to make her breakfast because I want to surprise her with breakfast in bed. Fellas, take note of that. And then when I get ready to make her breakfast in bed, the gas doesn't work. And so, because I don't have gas, we have a gas stove, I can't make breakfast. And so, this is going somewhere, okay? And so then I go outside and I start pulling up weeds, and then I cut the yard and I edge the yard and I blow the yard, and then take her car, wash her car, and then I come back and the guys are finished with the gas, so I make her breakfast and I bring her breakfast in bed, and I go back outside and I'm working on the yard. And then she came outside and she said, "Hey, I just ordered a t-shirt online." What was the t-shirt?
You guys have probably seen it. It says, "Blessed by God, spoiled by my husband."
And when she came outside, I'm in the dirt, I'm dirty, I'm stinking. And then she comes up to me and she says that she's blessed by God and spoiled by her husband. When she told me that, she just doesn't know how much that made me feel incredible. Incredible. Everything that I had done that morning, that day, fixing the gas pipe, and the gas pipe cost a bunch of money to be fixed. And I'm sitting there and I'm thinking to myself, man, you know, and it was really bothering me that I didn't do the gas pipe. And then she came to me and she said, I said, you know, I could have done it, but the guy did a great job. He did a remarkable job, and he did probably a better job than I would have done. And so,
but you remember, I said the one thing that I appreciate about this man is that, and I think I said this to you, that you are so secure in who you are that you know when to call somebody who specializes.
And see, this is the thing. So when she came to me, so listen to what we're saying, okay? Listen to what we're saying. She came to me and she told me that she was blessed by God and spoiled by me. So she didn't take for granted the stuff that I had done that morning. She didn't take for granted the cleaning and the cooking and the breakfast. She didn't take the car being washed or the yard, or she didn't take any of that for granted. But then on that same token, I realized what she does during the week. And some of you have small kids at home, and you know, we have small kids, 18 and 21 years old, you know, small kids that don't do what they're supposed to do. And so with your wife and her putting forth all of that effort during the week, I appreciate that. When she came to me and she told me that she was spoiled by her husband, that was saying to me that she appreciates what I did. And then with the gas pipe, Instead of her looking at me the way that I was looking at me going, you know, why didn't you just fix this problem? Why are you having to spend $600 for somebody else to do something when you can do it? She didn't look at me that way. She just came to me and she said, you know what? I admire and I respect the fact that as a man, you're so secure in yourself. You know when to hold them, know when to fold them, and know when to walk away.
Yeah.
You know, women, I want you to realize something about your man, okay? And I might not know your man, but I can tell you something about men. When you are confident in us and you make us feel secure, when we are caught in situations and we know that you're going to have our backs, it takes us to a totally different level of security. You know, I walk around and I'm on purposeful, very respectful, very courteous, and to everybody. If I bump into a small teenage skinny 110-pound kid, when I bump into him, excuse me, little man, I'm sorry about that. No disrespect intended. Because I'm secure in my capabilities and my attitude to know that I don't have to take everything to a totally different level.
Exactly.
And having a wife who feels like she's spoiled by you, but is also secure in you as her man, ladies, that will elevate your man. That will grow him up. That will help to mature him. I don't care if your husband is 22 or 53. The words that you speak and the things that you say to him and the way that you make him feel, they have major relevance on the way that he is as a man.
And you know, the one thing that we were talking about in the marriage class, because we have a marriage class, it's not, you know, so many times we take each other for granted and we don't say the things that need to be said. And the things that we don't say need to be said.
Yeah.
They need to be said. I can't take for granted that he just knows that I love him. I need to tell him and show him, but I need to make sure that I'm telling you.
And she doesn't need to take for granted just because she's drop dead gorgeous. I still tell my wife on a daily basis how beautiful she is.
And I look forward to it.
You look forward to it? And does it build your self-esteem?
Yes.
So when you got the idea for the t-shirt, when you saw the t-shirt online, you said that somebody had commented and they said that they didn't like the word spoiled.
Yeah.
And you might look at that and say, well, you know what? When food spoils, then you throw it out. When food spoils, it's bad, you throw it out. But or when you have a spoiled kid, that's necessary. That normally you take that as it's a spoiled brat and they just doing tantrums. When you got that t-shirt and it said, blessed by God and spoiled by my husband, what did you mean by that?
I meant that, you know what, in its truest essence for me, you treat me like a queen.
And is it just in possessions, property, gifts,
no. Actually,
toys,
those
jewels?
are far second.
So what are the things that make you feel spoiled?
The things that make me feel spoiled. Well, first of all, what does my mirror say in the morning?
She don't like me in her bathroom, so I don't know. But no, what does it say?
It says, you are beautiful.
Yes.
Right?
Nice. Mm-hmm.
It says, you are beautiful.
There's letters on the mirror that say you are beautiful.
The things that you say to me, they make me feel spoiled. I can say the things that you do for me because, I mean, golly, they're endless. You know, I don't... But the things that you say to me just make me feel, I mean, you make me feel untouchable by the world. You make me feel just really pampered.
And so, in listen to this, okay? Please, if you have to watch this video again and play it back to be able to truly get the essence of what we're trying to say to you, is we want you to understand that you can build your spouse up or you can tear them down in the way that you talk to them and the things that you say and you do. One of the things that we want you guys to learn through this ministry is we want you to learn the importance of marriage pride. where you take a look at your marriage and you are proudful of your marriage. You have a lot of pride in your marriage, that you brag on your marriage. I brag on my marriage.
Which takes words.
Which takes words. Which takes words. And you can't just go about your life without expressing it. The more you express it, the more life you give to it.
Yes.
You know,
yes.
My grandfather used to say that if you tell a lie often enough, you'll start to believe your own lie.
Wow.
Well, that's the same about the truth. If you speak truth all the time, all the time, all the time, you might think that they're just words. But if I look at my wife and I say, you're beautiful, you're sexy, I love your body, no matter what she might believe that she looks like or what her body looks like, the more I say those things and the more I speak those things, the more they become true to her. And so in previous videos, she said that she has low self-esteem and sometimes she won't like her body and sometimes she doesn't feel this and she might not feel pretty. But if I'm constantly speaking those words to her and saying those things to her, it's the truth. And the more she hears it, the more she will believe it.
And not only that, coming from you, but we have to watch what we speak to ourselves, because you can automatically say, well, this is wrong with me, this is wrong with me, this is wrong with me. But a lot of people know what's wrong with them, but they never want to get past it. You never, you know, you have to, like my mirror, every morning I get up and it says, you're beautiful. So what is that doing? That's taking out the negative stuff that I feel about myself, you know.
It's reaffirming.
Exactly. And it's so easy to look at your flaws, but can you look at your flaws but also see what you truly are?
Yeah.
What you truly are. If you're a dominant woman, then you know you got to start taking steps towards being not dominant. What is that going to take? For me, it said, you know, it took not getting the groceries out of the car.
Mm-hmm.
That really happened. I had to stop just taking it upon myself. You know, I'm not saying nothing's wrong with getting the groceries out of the car, but for me, it was a process of getting that dominancy out of me that was like, oh, I don't need him. I can do it myself.
And now it's gotten to the point to where we go to the grocery store and when we come home, as soon as we pull up, what's the first thing I say?
Go in the house.
Go in the house. And we went to the grocery store together and she don't like grocery shopping. And I do a lot of the grocery shopping. But when we go to the grocery store, when we come home, it's like, go in the house. And I get the groceries out and I bring them in the house. Well, as men, if you want to be the man of your house and you want to walk around as the man of your house and you want to be the head of your house and you want to be a caveman and you want to be dominant and you want to be superior and you want to be the man, if you want to be all of those things, hey, you know what? Get to the point to whereas you start stepping up and taking your role on as a husband. If you can, put gas in your wife's car. If you can, bring in the groceries. If you can, lift her up. If you can, tell her she's beautiful. If you can, tell her that you love her body. Because as the man of the house, it's not just your right to be able to rule and reign over the house. It is your right and your commandment to be a true man. And a true man uplifts his wife.
And a true woman does the same thing. If you want to be treated like a woman, gotta act like a woman. You know, it's not about us being equal. It's about a partnership.
A partnership.
It's about me acknowledging his strengths, him acknowledging my strengths, us acknowledging where we're weak in, and being a man and a woman who can say, you know what, you're better at this, or you know what I mean. So as a woman, we got to do the same thing. We got to uplift our husbands. We got to say the right things. We can't, you know, as far as my house, I consider that, you know, his castle, but it's also my castle. So, you know, everything that I do, it contributes to everybody.
Yeah. So we know that we gave you a lot in this video. We know that we put a lot into it, but just kind of pay attention to it and listen to it and pull little bits out. Pull a little bit out. Pull a little bit out. When we do these videos, we're doing these videos to be able to give you tools, to be able to help you guys to get through some of the rocky roads and build a friendship. You know, you want to be married. You want to be married to your very best friend. You want to be married to your partner. You want to have that kind of bond. And that kind of bond comes through communication.
And partnerships are not built on quietness.
No. No.
It's built on communication, talking, not dictating, talking.
When we do these videos, you might look at us and say that we're decent communicators. Well, not only are we decent communicators to you guys out there in YouTube land, but we're communicators to each other. It's very seldom that we're sitting in the car not communicating with each other. Communication. We need to go. Do you hear Gracie?
Yeah.
Sorry, y'all. That's our dog, Gracie. She's outside barking, and I think she knows that we're doing a video, and she's like, you know,
She's trying to communicate.
She's trying to communicate. So, YouTube, we really appreciate you guys, and always remember that 1
plus 1
equals 1. Thank you guys so much. Remember to subscribe and give us comments. If you ask us, we will tell you. We're very transparent.
And if we don't know, we know somebody that knows.
We know somebody that knows. So put some comments down there. We really, really love hearing from you guys. And so thank you guys. That's it.
Yep.
That's it. Cam kiss. All right. Good.